say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move it coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bust shit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand. Got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move it coast shit.
One way, one way, one way, one way, one way.
Coming up on my new
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside where soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move it coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bust shit.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team up
all-stars. I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominence. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going, I'm off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to ignite, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Yeah, I'm on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, they're firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K top, dawg. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that E-Line van to a damn tank. I got choppers stashed in that attic like they Anne Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, I'm gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, soup solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK soup solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a piece whole. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch mugger. I say, if that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating, why the temple? Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're squirming off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commanding to get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was stalking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I stomp that bitch like Jackie. From Tower War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it Young Black. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a gang change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you will never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
I just wanna see my enemies fall. Yeah. Hey, look, I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it all. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Hell, I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Trying to build my own city, homie. Enough room to put my niggas on it. Then start a couple business on it. Fuck any heathen, never shitting on me. Yeah. Public housing we done lived through. Trying to put that in my real view. Gold rolls, what I still do. I can see the picture with a clear view. Gotta separate the snakes and all you fuck niggas that's gon' hate. Daily pray to God don't catch another case. But that's a small risk that I feel I gotta take. Only certain niggas, they gon' feel this. Still deliver verses on that real shit. If I get a couple million, I'ma bust this shit down with these children. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it all. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Hell, I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Don't get up out of bounds, homie. Got killers with them rounds on them. Look like I'm fed from the drum. Look, don't make me make the reaper rain down on them. I can give a fuck if you rock blue. And I was Sue-Woo from the Fruittown crew. Cops still shoot us every time we move. They hate you, nigga, like they hate me too. Just know that brotherhood is a weapon. Build another zone, get protected. Too many sisters in the city been molested. Now I'm stacking soldiers off the block like it's Tetris. Woo. Know that truth, it give you chills, don't it? Steady ringing in your ears, won't it? If I'm blessed to make a meal, I'ma bust that shit down with my real homies. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it all. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Yeah. To all them children that grew up with parents strung out on drugs. Yeah. I just wanna bow. Hope you do too. And I hope you do too. Yeah. Man, to the brother that had a rib and she left him for whatever reason. Yeah. I just wanna bow. I hope you do too. And to the sister, you know what I'm saying, that had that nigga leave her. Yeah, yeah.
All right, class starting. All right, clap it up. This is also fit in the Pashkaya. I represent the Israelite School University Practical Knowledge. We start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. under Commander Jim Yahanna. Because I'm giving you a itinerary of the school and of the 54th annual Lord Passover. Give that up. Let's get that up first. It's gonna start April 1st, sundown, at 500 South Southbury Street, Raleigh, North Carolina, at the convention center downtown. Make sure you get your hotels, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your rides, you know what I'm saying, booked in. And also it's $200 per adult. That means 17 years age or up for individual adults. Now, we have classes Monday through Saturday. The Monday class is going to be the history class. We're going to have classes that you're going to see on video right here. It's going to be linked up, you know what I'm saying, to our oppression for the Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, plus our oppressors. We link it up with scriptures. That's the class. On Tuesday is brotherhood class. You know, we talking about, you know what I'm saying, brotherhood. Also, sisterhood is included into it too. As well, just get along together, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? We need to build our own business up. You know what I'm saying? Build our own stuff up. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, you got a brother over here selling price of something that's like much higher than, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Chinese man, the Chinese woman. We have that, you know what I'm saying? Just give the sacrifice up. You know what I'm saying? Just go to your brother, you know what I'm saying? Just give it up to your brother, you know what I'm saying? Just go to that Jamaican spot. Go to that chicken wing spot for your brother. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay a little bit more money, so it's a sacrifice. Later on, see, these kids here gonna grow up, they're gonna have their own spots out here. You ain't gotta worry about the so-called oppressor, so-called European man, Chinese man, or African man. You know what I'm saying? That was about that's about Tuesday classes about. Wednesday is the law class. It's from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about, you know what I'm saying, what to do, not to do, according to the Bible. You cannot eat pork like pig because pig is not an animal. I mean, slug it. Pig is not food. It's an animal. It's something to help clean up the dung of the earth so you can walk outside and smell some fresh air. Like the shellfish, like the shrimp, crab, and lobster, or oysters. They are bottom feeders. They should be on the ground eating all the bottom of the chamber of the ocean or the sea. You know what I'm saying? So to keep our waters blue, healthy, and clean. While so-called oppressors did, they took them things out the ground. Half us eat it, talk about some delicacy meat. No. That's why the water's brown and stuff like that. Now we got the Thursday scripture breakdown class. You know what I'm saying? It talk about, you know what I'm saying, breaking out scripture. You got any questions? You know what I'm saying? We have the answer for you for the Thursday scripture breakdown class. And Friday, we had a Lashon Kodash. That means the Hebrew. Holy tongue. That will teach the Hebrew. Out of the chart that you see right over there. Now, on Saturday, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., that's a Sabbath service. That's what we're doing right now. That you see right over here on the chart, the Sabbath, this is our holy day. This is, you know what I'm saying, this is for us to celebrate, to be free, to set apart of the people, you know what I'm saying, of the oppressor of the world. We do the, you know, blow the horn, draw the sword, stuff like that. Stuff like King David did, you know what I'm saying, in the temple. So, you know what I'm saying, this is the artillery of it. And now, we're going to get into a piece of Purim. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to pass this over to Precinct Officer 1000, Akaz, Yahanna. Okay, so good.
All right. Keep clapping up for that, brother. The water in that posture. Yahabashim Yashai Baratah to the brothers. Yahabashim Yashai to the sisters. Like you said, I'm Officer 1,000 of cars. And we're here to preach the Purim. You understand? Here to preach the Purim. No further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump onto it. But before I do that, I know this week we had the passing of one of our brothers, you know what I'm saying, as far as our priest and officer, our head priest, that's one of the 7 heads of the school. You understand? So he passed away. And so for the head priest officer Ariyah. And so before you go on further, we're gonna give him couple seconds just to commemorate this brother, man. All right, so just give about 10-15 seconds of silence for him. All right. The water, appreciate that. Go ahead, brother. Say something.
I may say something right quick, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You know, I just you know, I've been seeing a lot of you fake Israelite cats out there talking bad about this brother. You ain't put in 0.5% half the work this brother put in.
That's right. That's right.
You know, so keep your mouth shut. Keep your name out your mouth.
That's right.
If you ain't got nothing good to say about the brother, hey, look, just keep your mouth shut.
Absolutely right. Clap it up for that brother.
You know?
What he's saying is that
Commander General Yahanna and all the generals that stood by his side.
Yeah, right. For those who don't know, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, anything like that, this is the Feast of Purim. Share, like the pages, like the page, subscribe to it. And for those who don't know, like I said, with the I.S.U.P.K, we started back in 1969 under Commander General Yahanna. And this school was started, you know, under 7 brothers. You understand? And one of the brothers had passed away. And that brother put a lot of work in, involved. You understand? So the head of this nation, Israelite right now, is Commander General Yahanna. And I want to clap it up for him real quick too, also, because that brother there, Commander General Yahanna, held on to his sword. He kept this school going. You understand? But not only that, during this whole passing, he showed excellent brotherhood in the situation that just happened. He showed how the nation is supposed to be ran. He had reverence for the brother. You understand? No matter what happened, before that brother got out, before it all over and done with, if you went back and watched the shows, Commander General Yahanna was telling you how him and head priest Ariyah, how he gave him a garment and told him, don't ever leave the truth, even if I leave the truth. And that's a heavy deal, because that's exactly what happened. And you know, Commander General Yahanna, he did not leave the truth. So without, you know, he did not drop his sword. He kept going. So without Commander General Yahanna taking over, I wouldn't be here. You guys wouldn't be here. Peace in Purim, it wouldn't be going through. You understand? So he gave us a second chance. You understand? So what he did and what he showed, that is that awesome brother he showed for that brother, is something out of the scriptures, something out of what David and Saul was going through. And that's a hard act to do, because I know I couldn't have done some of the things that the Commander General Yahanna done back in the day. But because he understood this truth, and he believed in this truth, and he believed in these brothers, that the little small brothers that was in it, he kept it going. He kept this school going. All right. So we're able to come in and have a school to have these things like that. You understand? So I want to clap it up again for the Commander General Yahanna. You understand? All right. Speaking of, you know, getting under somebody's authority, this book here is that we're getting into is going to be the book of Esther. You understand? So I want everybody, if you got your Bibles, turn to the book of Esther. And who's going to be reading for the night? Anybody who's going to be reading for me?
Book of Esther, so what?
Yeah, we're going to start the first chapter. We're going straight into 1. This is, like I said, this Feast of Purim. It's going for 2 nights. You understand? It's coming from tonight and tomorrow at sundown, sunset to sundown for both days. So if you're in the area, come on down. We got children here, our ribs are here, our families here. We got food, we got drinks, whatever the case may be. Just come on down and showing us this is the experience that you've got to experience. You understand? This is something that we do. Now, this is not a high holy day. It's not a high holy day, but this day is very important because it's a remembrance. And the Lord said he wants us to remember the Feast of Purim. You understand? He wants us just to remember this, because this day, as we're going to get into the scriptures and find out, we all could have been desolated. We all could have been killed. We all could have been done. You understand? So he wants us to remember this day, the Feast of Purim. So without further, anybody got any questions, comments, anything like that before we get started? All right. We're going to get started. Now, I know a lot of women out there saying the Bible is misogynistic. Am I the only one hearing this? You know, the Bible is only for men. Well, we got a whole book of 2 women. Esther is one of them, and Ruth. Not to mention all the formula that came from. So by you saying that we're misogynistic, it's just untrue. We love our women, man. We love our sisters, man. But it's a hard act to follow. It is tough to be in this school. It's tough to follow the truth. You understand? Somebody give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 28, if you could, Baba Shah. Ecclesiastes 7 and 28. It is difficult to get into this truth and learn and continue to live out what the Bible and the scriptures are telling us. You got it? Go ahead and read it when you got it, brother.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 28. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found.
My soul seeketh, but I find not. One man out of 1,000. Keep going.
But a woman among all those I have not found.
But a woman, all is not found. So out of 1,000 men, only one man he'll find is righteous. Out of 1,000, 0 women. That just means it's difficult to come in and live this truth. It's difficult to walk this walk. It is very difficult. So what this woman did is extraordinary. To get a whole book named after yourself, you had to do something extraordinary for the Lord to see, you know what? Let's go ahead and name this whole book after this sister. And we're going to get into those things, you understand? Because what this sister did is something that she did to where it was courageous. It was courageous. So the Bible's not misogynistic. Do anybody know what misandry is? Anybody know what misandry is? Anybody? Misandry. That's just going to sidebar. Anybody know what misandry is? Go ahead, sister.
Like a hatred towards men.
Right, it's a hatred towards men. And it's ironic that everybody knows what misogynistic is, misogyny is, but no one knows what misandry is because they never use it. And to make a claim saying this, the Bible is misogynistic or any man is misogynistic is a heavy claim that we hate women. And Lord knows in I.S.U.P.K, we do not hate women. Right. We love our sisters, you understand? We love our mothers. So that's not true. It's just that sometimes you got to get under the page of men to help you go through some things. So we have to get on, we have to be submissive. You know, a lot of women don't like the word submissive because the United States or the world we live in made that word so taboo. They made it so taboo to where we say be submissive and the Bible say be submissive, sisters start bugging out. Oh, I ain't trying to be submissive. But anybody know what submissive really means? Go ahead, sister.
To agree.
Anybody else? Sister said it's to agree, and that's correct. But I'm gonna give you that. It's sub. Sub means under. Missive means a mission. You got to get under the mission. So you have to get under the, just as we get under the mission of this school, we get under the mission of our Commander General Yahanna. That's what we do. He has a mission, we're gonna carry that out. And that's what submissive actually means. You have a man, get under his mission. It's no different if you have a job. You go to a job out there, you have a boss that you're gonna be under his submission, aren't you? Right. You're gonna be under his job. You ain't gonna talk no trash to him. So why would you do it to your higher up, to your man that loves you, who actually wants to be with you and loves you? So that's what you're gonna find out in this sister. She's very tentative to the men above her, and she followed out orders just as they said. All right. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. All right. Go ahead and start verse 1, please. If you could, Baba Shah.
The book of Esther, 1 verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia. Over 120 provinces.
Out of how many provinces?
Over 120 provinces.
Now you said this is the days of I.S.U.P.K. Now this is Xerxes. This is Xerxes. Anybody know Xerxes? Anybody know? Anybody watch the movie 3000 or 300? Go ahead, brother.
He was a king to rule over Persia.
Right, he's a ruler over Persia, exactly. He's a ruler over Persia. So if you want to place his name for Xerxes, you can do that, but you can read it as it goes. All right, keep reading.
Verse 2. That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace. Verse 3.
You know, we've been going to this captivity so much, man. So much. This is during the Persian captivity, to where we just left out of Babylonian and Assyria. Now we're back into the Persian captivity. Anybody know who the Persian was at that time? Anybody know who the Persians are at that time? That's today. Who are called the Persians today? No? We'll go keep on reading. Hey, Shalom Christ, brothers. We'll keep reading. It'll come out. Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 3. In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him.
Now we've been captive. Who has that on that precept on Isaiah? Give me it's a precept in Isaiah that's telling you that. Oh, was it? Let me see something. No. It's a precept saying that, man, we was in captivity so much that is Israel a homeborn slave. Right. That's how much we've been in captivity. We've been defying the Most High God. They take us from one captivity, put us in another captivity. Take us from that captivity, and we're in that captivity. And every captivity we find ourselves in, we follow after the customs of other people. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see y'all two brothers. Well, in Christ, good to see y'all two, man. I ain't seen y'all in a while. What's up, Christ? All right. So we've been in captivity so much that he's like, man, is Israel a homeborn slave? Somebody pull that precept on me for if you could, Baba Shaw. You got it?
Look at Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled? Why being robbed? Israel was a homeborn slave. That's how much times we've been in captivity over captivity over captivity. And at this particular time, we got the Persians that got us in captivity right now. Persians are Elam. You call Elam is the Indians. The little red dots. Now you're doing today. You want to slurpee? You want to come in? Those people right there. Every nation had us in slavery. So when the Lord told us, these people you were sold to your enemy in Deuteronomy 28:68, we say you were sold to your enemies. We can't come into these people and think they're our friends. We can't think that we got to go come onto them and they're going to look out for us, because they're not. They never will. It's just that way. The scripture said it that way, and that's the way it's going to be. So Elam have us in captivity right now. Right now they got us in captivity down there too. But back then at this particular time, that was the Persians, the Elam. Yeah, you would think of yourself, damn, them skinny people, those small people, they ain't that very big. Elam is not that big, but they had us in captivity. And this was the time. So I just want to give you a little backstory of what's going on. Continue on reading, brother.
Verse 4. When he shewed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty.
Now, this particular time, he wants to show off his array and buildings, and he wants to show off everything to a lot of people, all his provinces. He had over 100 and, he said it was 1,120 provinces. That's 1720. 1,720 provinces. That's how, when you say a province, that means little established cities that they control, that they run. Go ahead, brother.
Stop it. Didn't he overrun Greece?
Man, you got to go back over and read Ezra, the book of Ezra 4 and 1. You start over there and read it. You'll find out all the captivities and everywhere they ran and all the people that was in captivity under them. We don't have that kind of time today, but yeah, absolutely right.
I was asking because in the movie 300, they try to make out like the Grecian, they would just need gas.
Well, the Persian and Medes kind of got together and overthrew some things, but the Greeks came in after that, and it's just a lot. It's a lot going to it. So you have to go ahead and read back up on it. Yeah, this thing's followed history. So if you really want to know history, Bible is just a history book. That's all. It's not a religious thing. It's a history book about people. You understand? And what we've been through. That's why I love these scriptures, because they tell us, they don't hide no shame. They show the good and they show the bad. So at this point, I'll get back on topic. He wanted to go and show throughout his provinces. He wanted to show himself off. He wants to show all his great things that he got going on. Continue reading, brother.
Okay. Even in 184 days. Verse 5. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days. And the court of the garden of the king's palace.
Keep going.
Okay. Verse 6. Where were white, green, and blue hangings, fastened with cords of fine linen and purple to silver rings and pillars of marble.
They're just going into how beautiful this place was, man. 7-day feast that they had done right now. They had a few months of celebrating, getting it up, so then they have the 7 days that they want to do an additional feast to show off some more things. And this place was just beautiful. You got to put in your mind, imagine the best place you went to in the United States, the best place that you went to in any world. And this is what, because they controlled everything. So they're gonna have the marble ceiling, the marble walls, the ceilings. They're gonna have the most beautiful things of all. And the reason why they got that stuff because they had us in captivity. No, we was doing those things, but this is what he wanted to show off. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. The beds were of gold and silver.
The beds was of gold and silver. Come on, man. How rich can you possibly be? This is a kingdom. Keep going.
Upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble.
Keep going.
Verse 7. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold. These vessels being diverse one from another.
Man, just meaning different vessels of cups to drink out of. These are vessels and just different things to drink out of mixed with gold. I mean, just look at this. Just imagine this table with all the different vessels. All of it's pure gold. That's what it is. They're showing their power. Esau does that thing to this same day. They show their power. They just want to show off. And at this time, that was the king that was ruling. So they're trying to show off and explain to you how beautiful this place was. Keep going.
Okay. And royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king.
Man, all the wine you could drink. Sister love that. Sister's like, ooh, all that wine. They had just imagine all the strong you could drink. I mean, what we got? What we got now? Do say what's the top brand now we got? I know y'all brothers know. Come on, give me some. The nice drinks they got out there. Who? McAllen. Oh yeah, McAllen. That's almost $200-300 bottles, ain't it?
Can't be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Shalakia. My bad. Officer Darren Marv is in the building. He knows this stuff. Yeah. So we just talking about this different, diverse drinks and how they presented in these nice chalices and cups. All right. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 8. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel. For so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure.
Dang, you can do whatever they wanted. Just make sure it's there. It's like if you put yourself in the mind of the president of the United States, they're going to the dinner, our president's dinner. You ever been to that? I was in the military, so I was privy to going. I was in Esau's little whack military, and I was privy to going into like a military ball. If you go into the Marine Corps ball, you see all kind of great things, and the commandant of the Marine Corps comes out, and what everybody wants, as far as your food and drink, he made sure every dignitary that was there had what they liked. So if you liked that Eagle Nasty shrimp, it was there. You wanted whatever you could eat, it was there. So to whatever pleasure you want, it was there for you to have. This is what this shindig was. It was huge, and it was expensive, and it was like no money was another thing. You wanted a kingdom. All right, keep going.
Okay, verse 9. Also Vashti.
Who?
Vashti.
That's what kind of name is that? Vashti. Come on now. What is this? Yeah, you know what to do. Now, if I was y'all wrong, could do it real well. Yes, Vashti. Keep going.
The queen made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus.
Now, this is Vashti. Now, she was the queen at that particular time. And she made her little shindig for the feast for the women. Like y'all women do. In the UPK, y'all have your little shindigs on sidebar when we do our thing, the Passover. So this was going on. So the queen at this time was having her little shindig, having her little thing with the women. Keep going.
Verse 10. On the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the seven chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus, the king.
Keep going.
Verse 11, to bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal, to shew the people and the princes her beauty. She was fair to look at.
Now, this particular time, king was, having a little drink. He was feeling nice. He was feeling good. And he wanted to show his queen off. And rightfully so. He wanted to show his off to all the prophets. So he's told his people, man, go get my queen. Bring her on over here. I want to show off my baby. Ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes brothers get a little drink in it. Baby, come on over, baby. And you want to sit next to you so everybody can gaze upon and look at your queen. Nothing wrong with that. That's your woman. Let's see what she did. Keep going. Let's see what happens here.
Verse 12. But the queen, Vashti, refused to come to the king's commandment.
She did what?
Refused to come at the king's commandment.
She ain't going. She said, I refuse to come. The king wants everybody to come, wants her to come to the chambers, to come over so everybody can take a look at it and present her and show her off, and she refused to come. A queen is telling the king, nah, I ain't coming. She refused to get on this man's program. That's what I was telling you, being submissive. Being submissive. All she wanted to do was come and have a seat, present it in front of everybody, and she refused to do that. Keep going.
By his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
Man, he was upset, and rightfully so. I mean, damn, all she gotta do back is sit back and look pretty, and I just asked you to do a simple thing, come on and check, come on and sit with me and hang out with me in front of me, and you just don't want to do it. This is the program we tell you the women, your sisters have to get on your man's program. Right. We have to get on our Command and Junior Highness program. We got two options. You get with I.S.U.P.K under the mission, or you leave. Right. There is no in between. There's no I might want to do it. I may not want to do it. I may do it. There's none of that. It's you get under the program or you don't. And that's just everybody. That's everyone. When a woman gets on a man's program, things go better. When you don't want to get on a man's program, you're gonna have hell to pay. That's just the nature of men. Because women, I'm sure you don't want to a man who don't lead, right? Every woman wants a man that can lead. Or I might not be. Is that a true fact? Is that a statement I can say women want men to lead? Because if you don't lead, and if she leads, it's going to be an destruction. Right. It's not going to work well. That's just the natural order of men and women. That's been shown time and time again. So you're going to have to get on your man's program and help him. Even the Lord said that you are a helpmeet. What he was saying is, whatever that man wants to do, back him up. So I'm gonna cry, brother. Let's see you, man. Let's see you. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Hey, Most High Christ. Clap it up for, man. Young man coming in. Young man coming in. Young man coming in. Yo, he getting it. Hell no. You was about to get escorted out of here, bro. But this shalom, bro. It's definitely shalom. Ain't no sweat, bro. Ain't no sweat. So we got this sister got to get on your brother's program, and that's all it is, man. So you're gonna keep on continuing. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Say something. You have something to say? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise man, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment.
And this is not a good thing to tell your king that to refuse any order from your king at this particular time. This can actually be death that you refuse something. If your king tell you to do something, you actually be killed from this. But this particular time, the king was wroth. He was upset and he was mad. Let's keep going, brother.
Okay. Verse 14. And the next unto him was Karshena, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marcina, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom.
Can you imagine? You got the princes, all the princes around you. You the king, and you get a refusal from your queen to not come here. Damn, that's heavy. It's straight up embarrassing the brother. Well, I won't say brother. It's embarrassing that king. It's embarrassing. So now he got to sit here and get an order. Say, hey, go grab my queen until I come here. And he got to come back, and they got to report to him. Your queen says she ain't coming. And all of them looking right at him because they all there. And now they're looking like, what the hell are you going to do? And she just said no. So now he has to do something. Something has to be done. Has to be a punishment going forward. So go ahead, continue reading, brother.
Okay. Verse 15. What shall we do unto the queen, Vashti, according to the law?
Now, what can we do under the law? What can we do to this shit? Go ahead. Yeah, what can we do? Now, I mean, this is big. This is this huge thing. I mean, you got all kinds of dignitaries there waiting for you. Just imagine that you was there. Just imagine you at your ceremony, at your just say you at your Esau's wedding. And they sitting up there, you know, the brother, the bridegroom, they're all sitting together. They say, hey man, tell my wife to come here. And he come back, yo, I'm saying no. What? Man, you joking, right? You playing with me, man. Tell her I come here. She said she ain't coming. Now it's a problem. Now everybody looking at you like, man, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's what this is the equivalent to that. What are you gonna do? So now you put your king in a precarious situation. And now he has to do something. You're forcing the hand. Keep reading.
Because she has not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus.
I hope now this sounds like some of our sisters out there. Not our sisters in the truth, of course, but you got sisters out there who won't obey her man. They won't listen to anything the husband tells them to do. And now they can't get rid of them. But this is what happens in the world when they don't be submissive to each other because they gave a negative connotation on being submissive. So now you're not submissive to your husband. Now he's letting you go. You leaving to the next man. He gets another wife and lets you go. So this is how whoredom starts in the kingdom. This is how it goes. Because we don't understand simple concepts. Now you can learn something from, and this was a heathen nation. But you can learn some things from a heathen nation.
Right.
Because the Lord said, a foolish nation is going to rule over you. A foolish nation who's not a nation, and they're going to rule over you. So here you got the Persians. We are the Lord's chosen people. We're in captivity under the Persians, who is not really a great nation. They're a foolish nation. And this is a lesson that we have to see and learn from this. That's why the Lord put it in here, to learn from this. Not to do these types of things. Because once you do these things, you create whoredoms. We let our sister go. Oh, well, I ain't gonna deal with you. And she thinks that she can say what she wants because she's afraid to get under the mission of a man. Now I ain't talking about no busters. That's a man that you chose. But if he's a buster, you chose them. So now you gotta get on his mission. So you better choose wisely of the man that you pick. Choose wisely of the woman you pick, or you will get a woman, a queen who says, I ain't coming out there. Now you're stuck. Now you gotta dance it off, do one of these numbers. I'll have you right back. You gotta do something now. Go ahead, keep reading, bro.
Because she has not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16. And MeWe answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen hath not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
Now these princes like, man, she ain't just do wrong to you. She done wrong by all of us. Why would you think she's done wrong by all of us? All those princes, all those princes. Why? Why did they take the offense to that too? Anybody can say something? Anybody want to go ahead, sis?
I'm guessing that you're teaching the other women to behave like that.
If you're gonna read it, exactly right. Give a hand. That's why it was a big deal, because now those princes like, yo, these princes, they run provinces too. So now this is the queen who set up an example to the king. So all these princes sitting around like, yo, what you gonna do? Because now my rib gonna think she gonna do the same thing.
Right.
Keep reading. We're gonna keep going. Keep reading.
Verse 17. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
Unto all women. This thing that she did, all women gonna think it's okay to do. All of them gonna think it's okay to say, nah, hell with my husband. Hey, I'm doing what I want to do. Because if it's coming from the queen, that gives them the red light that they can do it. Keep going.
Okay. So that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes.
Despise. It's a strong word. They're gonna despise their husband because of this act. And that's why the Lord does a lot of things to Israel. He cuts things out. That's why the Lord is so strict with us, to cut whoredom out of it, to cut any promiscuity, any daggone homosexuality. He wants to cut all that out of Israel. The other time when Israel was used one of these things, he was putting you out of camp or killing you, because he understood that it's going to go throughout the whole camp. And we can't have that. So you rather put one man to death or one sister to death to preserve everybody. This is just what the kings have to do. That's how you rule. People always say, people say, well, why did my man have to die? Somebody got killed in an accident, wasn't wearing seatbelts. But why did the Lord have to kill him? Because I bet you now everyone will wear seatbelts. Because of that brother or that sister that was killed not wearing a seatbelt, everybody gonna wear a seatbelt. it's a domino effect. If I see you kill this man because of what he did, I am good. I'm straight. I'm all right. So it cuts out all the stuff. That's what's happening. Keep going.
When it shall be reported, the king, Ahasuerus, commanded Vashti, the queen, to be brought in before him, but she came not.
Keep going.
Verse 18, likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
Just like we were saying before, she's just setting a bad example. It's a bad example that she set for the other, the prince's wives, and those ladies gonna think they're gonna do the same thing. So it's setting out a bad vibe. Keep going.
Verse 19, if it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
What just happened? What just happened then? It's like, what you say? Now you gotta look for another king, a queen. He letting her go. Simple act. I know sisters like, well, he didn't have to let her go for that. But it's the principle. We always say it's the principle. Because women don't understand how men think. You don't understand how men think. Sisters think, oh, that small act. Why we let her go for that? Because you know that small act is going to make a bigger act for everybody else. It's going to cause contention in the camp. And this man has to lead these people. Men of Israel, y'all are leaders. You have to lead young women. If you're not leading your women, your woman, your rib, whatever, if you're not leading in the right way, this is going to happen. They look to y'all as leaders, so you got to stand up and act like one.
Right.
You come into the I.S.U.P.K, we'll teach you how to be leaders. Not every one of us know how to be leaders. You understand? But you will learn that, because all the sisters want is a strong man to lead them. That's all they want. Now I heard some women say, "Nah, we equal." There's no equal. There's no equality. There's no equality nowhere. If you could tell me where there's an equal thing anywhere in the United States or anywhere in this world, on this earth, let me know. Tell me. Because there's nothing equal. You and I are not equal. I may be a little stronger than you, more handsome than you. You know what I mean? But no, I'm just messing with you. Every man is different. Every man is unique from the next man. Everyone has different abilities. Women, y'all sisters not equal. Y'all have different abilities. There's no equality nowhere. So why should it be one in a relationship? Now, we're not saying you don't have a voice. Now, my ribs always telling me some things. I don't jack. Well, maybe you should do this. You're right. That might be working. Let me go check that out. Put in the numbers. Run it. Let's get it. Because maybe the Lord is showing her something. That's the discernment that the man has to do. If your woman's coming to tell you something that's going to help you, listen. And you weigh it out. It's okay. Note it. Go back. You run the numbers. You run it through your head. She's right. And you move forward. So we're not saying, women, that you don't have a voice. It's not what we're saying. But your man is overall, get on his program. Whatever he's trying to do, help him do it. Just help him do it. You're going to understand things are going to go much smoother if you get on this program. Things would have been a lot smoother for Vesti if she got under her man's program. She wouldn't still be the queen. She thought she was above the king and said, I ain't got to do nothing. Now she forced that man's hand to do something. And now we're looking for another queen. They're looking for another queen. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire.
Hey, this is serious, man. They're making laws, they're making rules, they're making all kinds of things. You know, and sending out to different provinces saying, if your woman do this, you know, get rid of her. They're making all kinds of letters saying that this queen is getting replaced. They're letting all decrees letting her know that your queen that you know, she's out of here. She's done. Over a simple act. This is what's taking place right now in this story. Keep going.
For it is great. All the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small.
You should give honor to as high as the king, to as small as the the man who's a carpenter, to a man who's just a truck driver. That's what you're gonna give reverence to. Greatest as the king to the smallest brother who cutting grass. Honor your husband. That's why we tell sisters, if you don't have a husband, get under these men in I.S.U.P.K. and go to these brothers and tell them what's going on with you so they can help you with your life. Commander Yahanna, on down the generals, the captains, those officers, go to them. Those are your brothers. Those are your men above you. You got a problem, an issue, go to that brother. There's nothing to a sister texting in the chat, hey, I broke down. Shoot, brother seeing that. I'm seeing it. Hey, well, sister, where you at? We come to get that sister. Right. Every time. You can't have no sister in Atlanta school or any school here under I.S.U.P.K. and the brothers know something with that sister and it doesn't happen. I seen it firsthand. Because when them sisters say something, they need help, or they broke down, or we gone. We out of there. We your brothers. But sisters who don't have a man, even with sisters who don't, but that's another situation. Your husband will take care of that. But those sisters in the truth that don't have a husband, you have brothers and tons of them who willing to help you with no problem. All right? Keep reading.
Verse 21. And the same pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of the mention.
Now the king had to do what he had to do, and it pleased the king, and it pleased all the princes. So everybody's happy with what just went down. Go ahead.
Verse 22. For he sent letters unto all the king's provinces, and to every province according to the writing.
Now, if you look at it, that word kings right there is a small k. That's because the provinces have kings as well. But the major king was Xerxes. He was the major king of all of them. That was him. So okay, bro. Go ahead.
And to every people after their language, that every man.
Now he said every people after their language. Why did he say that? Anybody know it said he gave writing therefore to every people after their own language. I thought it was in Persian. She's speaking of whatever the Persian language is. So why are they saying that to every language? Anybody? I know you know. Go ahead, bro.
Because he was ruling different provinces, and they had the different people that he was ruling over had their own language.
Yeah, but I want to get specific. We was there.
We was there.
Children of Israel, the children of Israel was in that province, and every province over there. So they had to make sure this went out even to them. Keep going.
Oh God. That every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people.
It must have been a plague in this, because when you make a sign saying every man should be ruling in their own house, that means something's going on. That we have to make sure that a letter goes out saying, hey, that man is your house, he's going to rule that house. And no woman go up against that. Now, I'm not sure how the Persians ran it, but I know the Israelites ran it under Commander Yahanna. We run that the right way. Right. We ain't beating our women. We ain't doing all kind of necessary things to the women. We're ruling our house with a righteous rulership. Right. That's what we're doing. Because we've learned that. I tried it the other way. Ruling with an iron fist coming in. You're going to do what I tell you to do. That gets nowhere. That gets contentious. That gets problems. And anybody know what the Lord said about a contentious woman? A contentious woman? Go ahead. Proverbs 25 something. Go ahead, brother.
So like, is that it's better to live on the roof?
Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna pull that. Because sisters don't, because sometimes because we're teaching, so people gotta read it and be able to see it. All right. So I think it's Proverbs 25 and 23 or 24, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna get that scripture. Because some women want to be contentious to their husband, man. And brother got to understand what happens when you live with a contentious woman. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 24. Mm-hmm. It's better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a contentious woman in a wide house.
It's better to live in a rooftop with a woman who always want to be in contention with you, who don't want to get in the program, who don't want to be submissive to you. It's better just to leave that woman, go on top of the rooftop, and live in a corner than to deal with a woman who's going to be angry all the damn time. Can't tell her nothing. She wants to run everything, and all you just trying to do is to help the woman, and she just want to complain, or come against you. So the Lord says it's better just live on the rooftop, brother. Take your bags, go upstairs on the rooftop in the cold, and just live there.
Right.
That's crazy. But it's in the scriptures. It's in the Bible.
Right.
So we have to see, look here, let's laugh. It's funny to you? All right, you baby. So this is what it is, man. Because the Lord said he's gonna make a man more precious than gold. If you got a UPK, definitely if you got a UPK husband. But if you got a man, he's gonna be as fine as gold. He's gonna be fine as gold and expensive rocks. That's just how important a man is. Because in the times coming, it's gonna be cold out there. As I said, winter is coming. Winter is damn sure coming. We are in a recession right now, and all you got is each other. All you got is that man that you can't stand in the house with you. That's all you got. Go ahead, brother.
Anybody who might be familiar with the old school, Bobby Womack asked, when it's cold outside,
yeah,
who are you holding?
When it's cold outside, who are you holding? So you got to relish that man. And this is what the letter was taking. The letter right now was going out across the provinces saying these types of things, man, because things were getting out of hand. And as Israel, things get out of hand with us too. Like I said, we learning from a foolish nation who's not even a nation. We learn all the mistakes that they've done, and we got to look at that and say, okay, how do we fit in this scheme of things? Women, you got to look and say, how can I help my man? Because you can. Like, help me is a great thing. So a woman can say, you know what? Let me help you with this. You got a vision. That man has a vision. And sometimes I understand when a woman says, it's a good woman, if a behind every great man is a good woman, because it is. Now, a man can stand on his own and do what he can. But if he has a woman, that woman's she's gonna help that brother if she's submissive. Nothing better than you have a business or you have a plan, and that woman's doing the books. That woman is planning out things for you. They're coming at, she got food for you to take to work. Take all the pressure off you. Because the better you work, the more money you work, the more money to get back to the sisters. It all works hand in hand. Works hand in hand. Go ahead, bro.
Like I said, we said more of with the word contentious for Proverbs 27, verse 15. A continual dropping in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike.
Say it again.
A continual dropping in a very rainy day.
Oh man.
And a contentious woman are alike.
That's heavy. Constant rain. Just gotta get out of the rain, gotta dodge it. And a contentious woman are alike. It's similar. That's heavy. I ain't never said that. Don't sound crazy. All right, keep going, brother.
Okay. Esther 2:1.
All right.
After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was decreed against her. Verse 2. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king.
Now you looking for more women. Reminds me about General Hyman. You ready to back it up? Get you another one.
Right.
And that's just what he did. Queen was acting up, didn't want to come to the command. He just got him another queen. Now he's looking out. He's sending out letters saying, hey, look for these virgins. I want some other women. Get them ready. Kind of like almost like a beauty pageant. Let's get them going. Prime them up because I'm going to make my selection to give me another queen. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of Hedge, the king's chamberlain, keeper of the women, and let their things be purification be given them.
Now he's sending out this decree. He want all the young virgins. That's why you have to understand the Bible, because men cannot be virgins. Men cannot be virgins. That's the Western world to understand what a virgin is. He's saying get all the young virgins, which means women of marriageable age, whether they have had sex or not. Go get them women. Get them purification. Get them cleaned up. Get them ready. Because he's going to present, they're going to present themselves to this king. He's going to select another queen. So all these women are getting themselves together. The beautiful women, them bad bitches, slackies, them bad women, all of them, they getting together. They go, I'm going to get me a king. What are they doing? They understand they have to do what? They're getting on that king's program.
Right.
They ain't saying, well, you tell the king to come to me because I am the table. I am the table. No, I'm the table. No, they're getting on this man's program. He's saying, you know what? I'm the king. This is what I want. Give him purification. Now they understand what I want because they already seen what happened to the last queen. So if you don't want that, you got two choices. Get on my program or don't come. Don't come. Because this isn't going to happen again. So you can get on the program. Sisters, you got to get on your man's program. Brothers, you got to lead your women. You got to let them know what that program is. You got to have something for them when they say, okay, what program you on? You can't get on your program, you don't got none. You're just sitting there like, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to play some PlayStation all day and, do what you do. You have a program. Find the purpose and do that purpose. And your woman will get on your program. And this is what's happening. So this is like a big old beauty pageant. Sisters getting dolled up all around the province. Remember, he said he had over 1,700 provinces. So all them provinces, they're coming. And guess who's among them? Israel. Who's among them provinces? And Israel did this. And Israel women were like, well, shoot, I'm cute. I can go get me a king. So I'm gonna give this program. I'm gonna go ahead and apply. So this is what's happening. Keep going, brother.
Verse 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti.
Damn. You just keep that slap out. Go ahead, brother.
And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. Now in Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair.
Who?
The son of Jair.
The son of Jair,
The son of Shemel, the son of Kish, a Benjamite.
Who?
A Benjamite.
We got some Benjamites in the school? Oh, there you go. I clapped up for them. They're Benjamites. These are Benjamite. He's a Benjamite. This is Mordecai. Benjamite brothers, one of the Jews. One of our forefathers, one of our predecessors, our forefathers, man. All right. Tribe of Benjamin. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 6. Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity, which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away.
This is what I'm telling you. This is all then the three captivities right there. He's going through these captivities over and over and over. To tell you, Judah was in captivity. The king came and take Jeconiah, the king of Judah, got him. We all in captivity. Our whole nation was in captivity. That's why he said, damn, we going to captivity again, over and over and over again. What are we, a homeborn slave? Lord, are we supposed to just be slaves all our life? Because we kept going into captivity. It's not the fact that we're supposed to be slaves. It's just the fact that we keep on disobeying the Lord.
Right.
We kept disobeying God. And people always wonder, well, why this person is dying? Or why happened to this person? Why I get bad luck on this? Or why this is happening to me? Because you're disobeying the Lord. He give you laws, statutes, commandments, and you don't want to do it. And then you wonder why things happen to you. And then you want to blame the Lord for the things that are happening to you. But you're not saying, well, damn. The Lord did tell me not to celebrate my birthday, but I wanted to do it anyway. Damn, the Lord did tell me don't celebrate Christmas, but I did it anyway. And now you wonder, now your house done fell on you. Now you wonder what happened. You disobeyed the Lord. And we keep going in captivity. So Mordecai's been through these captivities, letting you know that we're in captivity under the Persian means at this particular time. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 7. And he brought up Hadassah.
Who?
Hadassah.
Okay.
That is Esther, his uncle's daughter.
Let's go back to Hadassah. Anybody know in Hebrew, Hadassah, what that means? What does Hadassah mean in the Hebrew? Not yet. All right. There's a name. Go ahead.
It means myrtle.
Right. It means myrtle. Her name was Myrtle. Myrtle. As I'm going through this, I'm looking like, damn, Myrtle? That was a sister for real. What's up? It was Myrtle. I guess Myrtle. Hadassah. Hadassah was her Hebrew name, was Miss Myrtle. Go figure. Yeah, yeah, Myrtle like the beach. Keep going, brother. Keep reading.
Oh God. For she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
So her mother passed away, father died. So Mordecai took her in and raised the sister. And she was beautiful. She was gorgeous. She was fair to look upon. Anytime you hear in the Bible say it was fair to look upon, that means she was beautiful. Like our sisters today. We got some beautiful sisters. We really do. Got some beautiful sisters. So I can see in the Bible. Brothers, y'all know what beautiful mean. Y'all know. Y'all wrong? You know, I understand. We got some beautiful sisters in this. So this is one of our sisters who's beautiful. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 8. So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan, the palace, to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Haggai, keeper of the women.
And this Haggai is the keeper of the women. He tells them where to go. He's telling them, okay, the king wants you to do this. He kind of shuffles them where they need to be at, tells them what needs to be done, kind of brings us things that they need. So he just kind of makes sure the women are taken care of, and all. It's a particular house they've been housed at, and so he makes sure all the women are taken care of, and have what they need, and get ready to be presented to the king. Keep going.
Oh God. Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification.
So this maiden, Myrtle, Esther, she pleased him. You know what I mean? She spoke kindness. Her words was, she spoke kindness of things. Her demeanor was great. This is a woman who learned the Israelite custom to what a woman is supposed to be. Meek. She wasn't contentious. She was pleasant. And she obtained favor even to him. Keep going.
With such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens, which were meet to be given her out of the king's house, and he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women.
This girl came from the Providences, just one of the contestants, and she was so meek and nice that she was given special treatment because of how she was. She wasn't contentious and rude. She wasn't showing her tail. I'm the baddest thing ever. She's a woman who had femininity. She's a woman who understood her beauty and knew how to put it out there without saying, yeah, I'm this, I'm that. She was just humble. She's a humble lady. She's a humble girl, humble sister. And when she was doing that, it was like, well, damn, shoot, I like this girl. This girl, I mean, shit, the king gonna love you. Put her in a special place, gave her preferential treatment, gave her things that they didn't give anybody else. That's the favor upon you, women, when you do right. When you're doing what the Lord is asking you to do, and you meek with it and humble with it, the Lord is gonna give you unfathomable things. You have no idea what the Lord is gonna give you, because sometimes you don't see over that hump. What you see is in front of you right now. Women think right here, right now. But we see, the Lord sees far among that. They see the big picture. So this woman, she didn't even know she's gonna. Now we know the story because of hindsight. But at this time, she didn't know the story. No one knew the story. She was being her everyday woman. She was feminine. So women, you can't say, well, I'll be feminine when I find a man. Really? Because you wouldn't like it when a man said, well, I'll be a man when I find the right woman. You want that man to be a man when you find him. You want him to be stout. You want him to be strong, have a purpose when he finds you. You don't want him to say, well, now I found you. Now I'm going to learn how to fight. Now I'm going to learn how to protect. Now I'm going to learn how to do all the things that a man's supposed to do. That's how you sound when you say, well, I'll be feminine for the right man. Or I'll be feminine when I find me a man. No, you're not. And you won't be. That is taught. Femininity is taught. You have to be taught how to be a woman. Your mother has to teach you how to clean, cook, how to cater to your man, how to be brother. You'll be taught that from that time. That way you don't have to put on the femininity. You just that. Myrtle, Esther was just already, you said Myrtle, but it's crazy. Esther was already a woman before she got there. She was already feminine when she was there. She didn't have to get it. Now I know our women right now, since we've been in this captivity, so a woman had to put on the manly spirit because all the stuff, because some things that we men didn't do. So a woman has to be now, she's manly. And the older she gets, the more things she puts up with, the more of a man's spirit that she's gonna have. Now you gotta break through that. But when you come to I.S.U.P.K, your name has been changed. You are a new woman. So all that is out the window. Learn how to be feminine now. If you wasn't before, you learn it now. You're not held accountable anymore. So learn how to be a feminine woman from that time. If it takes you a while to be by yourself and to get under your tutelage of one of your captains or your generals or whatever, then get up under that and learn how to be a woman. Men, if you wasn't a great man in the world before you got your name and before you came to I.S.U.P.K, if you weren't a great man, learn it. Don't get no woman if you don't understand what's the responsibility as a man to lead your woman. We're not saying you got to go out there and have all the money in the world. We ain't saying you got to have this kind of house and cars. You just have to be able to know how to lead, provide, and protect your woman. Because we know in I.S.U.P.K, our job is to die for our women. That's what we do. Our job is if it's a burning, if the burner come in or the building falling, damn, I guess I'm gonna die today because I had to go in and get my child. I had to go in and get my rib. Right. That's what you have to do. You got to drive in a storm, tornado, because your rib is across town. The nigga, you better do it. Right. That's what you got to do. And if you die doing it, so be it. Lord will raise you up again. But that woman has to know that she has a real man. That's why it's very important that we put in that masculine spirit and to know that's the spirit of Yahushua. That's the spirit of the Most High God. To have that masculine spirit. Sisters, you got to understand that man. I believe a lot of sisters don't understand men. You're understanding your language, but you don't know what a man, you don't know what is in his mind. If you want a product, you click on the stars and find out, you read. Okay, this is what it is, what it is, what it is. Okay, let me buy that product. Your reviews, as you go, the reviews. You have to review these men. You have to understand what a man like in general. There's going to be some philosophical or some anecdotal man situation that's different than others, but you're talking about in a general consensus. You have to understand what a man wants. And men, you have to understand how women operate also. So men got to learn women. Y'all got to learn these brothers if you want a good brother. All right? All right, let's keep going.
Verse 10. Esther had not shewed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not shew it.
She listened to her uncle. Uncle said, look, all the stuff that the preferential treatment that you're getting, don't show nobody else. Don't say nothing. Just continue doing what you're doing. And she obeyed him. Keep going.
Verse 11. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house.
Mordecai was that man, bro. He was that dude. He was that Benjamite. Benjamites take care of their family. Benjamite men are very family oriented. Right. They really are. So he's walking, the courtyard looking for his daughter, his niece. He's making sure she's fine. She's looking at it, making sure everything's good to go, asking questions. He's trying to take care. That's what Benjamite brothers do. Right. Now, when you come to I.S.U.P.K, that's what we all do. Right. You send a sister somewhere, and we're going to make sure, hey, that brother go with you. Brother going with you. And when that brother go with you, he's going to be looking around and make sure that sister's safe. That's just our spirit. Keep going, brother.
To know how Esther did and what should become of her.
Provision. He's providing. Make sure she's safe. Keep going.
Verse 12. Now when every maid's turn was come to go into the king Assyrius, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women. Mm-hmm. For so were the days of their purifications accomplished. Uh-huh. To wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, mm-hmm. and with other things for the purifying of the women.
These are all the time. They were 12 months, 6 months of just purification with this oil, purification of that sweet odor. They want these women to be clean. They want them to be clean. And I don't blame them because they're coming from different nations. You got different provinces. You got women from all different backgrounds and walks. Persians, the Medes, the Babylonians, the Jews. They're coming in. So yeah, make sure they women clean, man. Make sure they're clean. And I don't blame them. I take that, man. Make sure they're clean. Keep going, brother.
Verse 13. Then thus came every maiden unto the king. Whatsoever she desired was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king's house.
Whatever she needed to do to go into that king, whatever she needed, they're gonna give it to her. She's going unto the king. Keep going. Every woman had their turn to go visit the king. He has his moment to chill with him, to see what he wants, to see how he likes it, how he's dealing with him. He got a moment, and it's 12 months. So they had all. I mean, it's a long process. This was a long process, and she still had to be a feminine woman. She still had to be okay. I'm going in the program. It was a lot of women that probably was like, no, I can't stand this. I'm leaving. They probably left. I ain't doing this. But these women stuck it out. Keep going, brother. Keep reading.
Verse 14. And in the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Sha'ah, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubine.
Mm-hmm.
She came in unto the king no more, except the king delighted in her, and that she were called by name.
Damn. She came into the king and made a lasting impression, brother. She left a lasting impression. The king was like, man, I know this woman here. What's that woman name? Esther, Myrtle, whatever her name is. But yo, that woman right there. Okay, all right. So keep going.
Verse 15. Now, when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come to go and unto the king, she required nothing. But what Haggai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed. And Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her.
Esther didn't want nothing. She didn't need anything. They asked Esther, what do you need? She said, I'm good to go. Just give me to the king. Pretty much. Esther was ready. Esther was already a woman. She was already female. She was already feminine. She's already polite. She's already kind. She didn't need nothing. She already smelled well. She took everything. Just give me in front of the king. I'm good. Keep going.
Verse 16. So Esther was taken unto King Ahasuerus and to his house, royal in the 10th month, which is the month Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign.
So you know what they said? He took him to the house. What happened in that house? We said fire. That king told fire. He told fire to old Myrtle, old Esther. Yeah, keep going.
Verse 17. And the king loved Esther.
And the king loved Esther.
Above all the women.
Above all the women. He had concubines and all that, but he loved Esther among all the women. 1,700, over 1,700 providence. You know how many women that came out and just begged for his love? And Esther stood out among all of them. And it wasn't just her beauty. It was just how she was, how she talked, how she walked, how she moved, how she just glistened across the floor, how she listened. She was tender to him because she had to spend some time with him. So if she spent time with that king, he saw, damn, this woman is different. She had the spirit of Yahushua. Had the spirit of the Lord on her. She understood. She was raised in a great home. Mordecai raised that. That Benjamin raised that. If you don't know Benjamin's boy, boy, I cut you, boy, you know. What you want to do? I cut you. Don't touch my daughter. Man, them Benjamins ready. They ready. You going where? Spend the night. Ain't no spending the damn night. I mean, Benjamins are ready. So he raised that daughter. He raised Esther like he's supposed to raise, and she listened. Go ahead.
And she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins.
Man.
So that he set the royal crown upon her head.
He set the royal crown upon her head. That's a big feat. You had one queen who disrespected the king. And this woman comes in and he's looking for another one and did all the right things. And he sets a crown on top of her head and loved her. This is my baby. That's my boo right there. I know I got all the other concubines, women. I know this one right here. This one right here. Don't mess with this one. This is my baby right here. Keep reading.
And made her queen instead of Vashti.
Now she's the queen. She's the queen. Give it up for her. Clap it up for her, man. That's really deep. Clap it up for her. Keep going.
Verse 18. Then the king made a great feast.
Uh-oh, here we go. The king can make a great feast again. Keep going.
Unto all his princes and his servants, even Esther's feast. And he made a release to the provinces and gave gifts according to the state of the king.
Now we're having the same type of thing all over again. Having the big, now he's showing her off again. Or showing her off now in front of all the princes, all the province from that he's in control of. He's showing her now we have a new queen. And they all brought gifts. And they brought things laid at her feet. Now this is a heathen king. It's a heathen. A heathen. This girl's Israelite. Now, I know you're wondering, ain't we supposed to get with them? We all did wrong things. We all did things we weren't supposed to do. But in this captivity, just like now in this captivity, some brothers can't be here today because they had to work. They had to slave on the Feast of Purim. The Lord said, you know what? Come, observe it. Some brothers can't come on the Sabbath service because they have to slave. This is when you're in captivity, this is what you have to be reduced to. You're a second-class citizen. But now this sister had a chance to be right up there with the king. She's right there with him. Now, we had a sister a couple years back was in the same position. Anybody know who that was? Anybody know who that was? It was a sister who was a Judite, came up under the slums, got with a king, and was right next to him. Who was that? Where's sister? Michelle Obama. Clap it up for her. You're right, Michelle Obama. You ain't gonna have a book named Book of Obama, Michelle Obama. You ain't gonna have that book. Because the thing that Esther did, she got up right there with him. He was Michelle Obama was a Judite. He was a heathen. And the things that this man did, Obama did was crazy. We had an opportunity to do some things, but those opportunities, they didn't take advantage of them. But we're gonna show your sister who took advantage of these opportunities. And hopefully get to it today. If not, we're gonna get to it tomorrow. Keep going.
Verse 19. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai sat in the king's gate. Verse 20. Esther had not yet shewed her kindred. Nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her. For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him.
Then this girl just understood leadership. She understood that was her like her father. So she obeyed her father. She obeyed the commandments. She didn't go against him. And he also protected her. Keep going.
Verse 21. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth and sought to lay hands on King Ahasuerus.
He said they sought to do what?
Sought to lay hands on the king Ahasuerus.
Oh, they're supposed to go. According to the Christian passages, they saying to lay hands means that they was just gonna pray for him. These are two men. Mordecai sitting in the king's gate like he always do. It's like a little courtyard in the middle of the palace, in the middle of the city. It's like a little courtyard where you go through the courtyard to get to the king. So the courtyard, Malachi would go there. He's been going there for a long time because his daughter was there. So now he just made it happen. He just go there, check out. He's just sitting to the king's gate and just sitting there. And these two men sought to do something to the king. And they said, we're going to lay hands on him. They sought to lay hands on him. They didn't sit to pray for him. They was ready to beat the king. They wanted to fight the king. They wanted to fight the king. This is the king. And he already got rid of Esther, but you want to lay hands on the king. Really? Keep going.
Okay, verse 22. And a thing was known to Mordecai.
So Mordecai saw that. Mordecai was sitting there doing everything, as Benjamites do. They get in there and suck their teeth, and they look at stuff. Just be gazing. They'd be gazing in the street, seeing what's going on. And Mordecai knew the information. As he was sitting, he understood, he see what was going on. He peeped game. Keep going.
Who told it unto Esther, the queen. And Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name.
Here go the Most High. He's moving. Most High is moving. He heard it. Mordecai saw that some things about to go down. He told Esther, hey, Esther, check this out. This is what's going to happen, man. What's going on? So Mordecai went, told the king what was going on. So now he's in his ear. Mordecai's name is in his ear. Mordecai's name is ringing. So put a pen right there and hold that, because it's going to come up later. Keep going.
Verse 23. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore, They were both hanged on a tree.
On a what?
On a tree.
So
They
when
were
this
both
happened,
hanged on a tree.
so when this happened, Mordecai told him those two men was hung. And rightfully so. He's trying to assault the king. He's trying to kill the king. Come on, man. There's rumors of a king you're gonna kill. We just had a situation right now that was over in someplace in Russia where Joe Biden went over there. I don't know, anybody seen that? Where Joe Biden, I think General brought it out, that Joe Biden went to another country and they said, we're gonna kill Joe. We can kill that king, that president.
Ukraine.
It was Ukraine. There we go. Some city in Ukraine. And they're talking live TV that they gonna kill Joe Biden. We could have killed him. But why you ain't kill him? We ain't want to start a nuclear war. They're having talks about killing the president on national TV. National TV. And these brothers, these two men were doing the same thing. And they got hung for it. Keep going. They was hung on the tree. Who else was hung on the tree? Yahanna. That's what I live for. Our brother, our king. Yahanna was hung on the tree as well. This is what they did to us, man. Hanging has been going on for a minute. But they, the Christians want to put a cross around their neck with the outside supposed to be hanging on it. So it wasn't a good thing to do. Many brothers was hung on a tree. These weren't the brothers, but as in the history in this book, a lot of our brothers was hung. A lot of our people now was hung. So why would you want to put that on your neck? That's because they're unlearned. They don't understand. As we always keep saying, you hear brothers say, if you shot by a bullet, you're not gonna have a bullet. The bullet that shot your son or your mother, whoever it was, your loved one, they're gonna put that bullet around your neck. It's dishonor to do that.
Right.
It's dishonor to put that thing around the cross around your neck with supposedly a house hanging on it. It's ridiculous. And it's unlearned. So if you got that on you, take it off and throw it in the trash.
Right.
Better yet, melt it down and make some money out of it. Melt it down, take it and sell it, get some money. All right. Okay, keep going.
And it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
Now that the whole incident happened, Mordecai, his name rang in that. He put Mordecai's name in that book, and everything that happened, all the events, they put in the Chronicles, the book, and they close it up. Put the pin in that. We're gonna come back to that later. All right, keep going, brother.
Esther 3:1. After these things, did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Now this is, anybody know who Hammedatha is? Hammedatha is the Agagite? Anybody know? If you could, yeah, anybody? Go ahead.
One of the Edomites that was an Edom when we was leaving in
He was an Amalekite, and for long, just for circle of time, he was Amalek. He was Amalek. Amalek today is the fake Jewish people that we know today. And back then, when we came out of Egypt, coming through Egypt, I'm going to bring in a reader, but you guys got to read it on your own because we come short of time. But at that time, we came out of Exodus. They met us when we was coming out of Exodus. They attacked us from the rear. Amalek attacked us from the rear. So they didn't greet us kind. They attacked us. So whoever that man was, the king of Amalek. And back then, Amalek and us was fighting. We were always feuding. All right. Saul was supposed to go in and kill all the Amalekites at one point. And he didn't. He left one man living. And that's why Saul lost to them and lost the throne because of that. He left a man living. All that stuff that goes back, it comes back for fruition to this day, or what we're going into. Because had he would have killed him, you know the rest of the story.
Right.
We wouldn't have been there. But yet he left him alive. That's why the Lord said when the Lord tells you to do something, don't half-ass do it. You do it. When your man tells you to do something, do it. When the leaders above you, the men above you tell you to do something, do it. Because it very well may save your life, or it will destroy your life if you don't do it. So that's the history of, that's the kind of the background. I was going to read some scriptures into it, but we're going short of time and we got to move forward because tomorrow you got to bring it to fruition. But keep reading, brother.
Okay. Verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the gate and the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
Okay, so that was the point that Malachi ain't bowing down to nobody. Haman wanted everybody to bow down to him, but Haman wasn't doing it. What's going on? Okay, Most High in Christ. Okay. All right. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3. Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, Why transgressest thou the king's commandment? Verse 4. Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman, to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand. For he had told them that he was a Jew.
And that's everything about hit the fan right now. Mordecai's in the king's gate. Mordecai ain't bowing down to nobody. We ain't supposed to bow down to nobody. That was our customs. We ain't bowing to nobody. And that still stands to this day. Israelites ain't bowing to nobody. I don't give a damn what you say. Mordecai upheld that, no matter what it took. Mordecai said, I'm not bowing down to nobody. Haman was upset about that because Haman was one of Amalek who wanted to bow down. You know what's funny about Amalek? Amalek would go through the world and torment Israelites and do all kind of atrocious things to us. Be ahead of the Diamond District. Don't give us anything. They'll go ahead and rule the daggone music industry. And they already told you, oh, we had an interview with one brother, one Amalek. He said, well, I got to feed my family. So, I mean, he'll do anything to us. But yet we say anything against the Amalek, now we're considered anti-Semitism, anti-Semitic. But they can go and do anything they want to black people. But the minute we say something about them, then it's a problem. That's what makes me mad about this whole thing. When you go back and read about Amalek, they attacked us from the rear. Y'all drew first blood on us. Right. You drew first blood on us. You attacked our family and kids from the rear, where our women and children are. If you know anything about how we did, our women and children was in the rear. It was in the rear. Our soldiers was reading the front. They came around and attacked us and killed our women and children. This is the thing that Amalek do. They still doing it to us to this day. To this day, they're attacking us. But yet we can't say nothing back because if we say anything back to them, now we're considered anti-Semitic. When we're the real Jews that the Bible speak of.
That's right.
That's what we know. So the hell with Amalek.
Right.
And that's what the Lord said, they'll be wiped off the face of this earth. But we always gonna feud with Amalek. We always gonna fight against them, fight with them. Because it was already set from the beginning of time. We're gonna fight against them. All right? I'll keep reading.
Okay. Verse 5. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
When he found out he was a Jew and was upset, that's what he really found out. Because now Haman was thinking about, damn, I know who this is. I know who he is. I know his bloodline runs through. And also Mordecai knew who he was. He know he was the same person that killed. Yeah. He know he's the same person that should have been killed way back then. He knew that. We know our history. So that's why it was always contentious. But Mordecai was stood up. That's what I'm saying, brothers. Don't compromise nothing. Don't compromise this truth for nothing, man. I don't give a damn what your ribs say, your mother say, your daughter say. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Don't compromise this truth. You hold true to what the Lord has said, whether you die. So what you gonna die? So what? We all know we're gonna come right back.
Right.
So what? Die for this truth. You sign up for it, die for it. Right. I'm willing to die for any of these brothers and sisters here today. I'm willing for that. I'm ready for that. That was the program I had to get under to be part of I.S.U.P.K. To understand you're gonna die for your brother. I'm game. And I don't go back from it. Each and every one of y'all, I will die for. Because I'm set up. I'm submissive to this cause of I.S.U.P.K. I'm submissive to Commander General Yahanna. I follow his program and I'm up under it. And if my job is to die for the brothers under me or above me, then damn it, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll be back again. And we're gonna run it again. We're gonna run it, selector. That's what we're gonna do. So don't ever compromise. Sisters, don't ever compromise. You're gonna run into other sisters out there who are gonna tell you, oh, this group is better, this group is better. Oh, our men don't have multiple wives. Don't compromise this truth. Keep holding fast to what you know. When you don't know anything, go back to what you do know and follow that. You might not know everything, but you do know something. And the stuff that you do know, hold on to that and follow it and believe it. Because you sisters and brothers who don't see, you don't see what the Lord is seeing. It's a bigger picture than just you. Esther understands. When Mordecai understood, it's going to be a bigger picture. Esther knew it's bigger than her. It's bigger than her. Keep reading, brother.
Okay, verse 6. And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone. For they have shewed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai.
At this point now, he upset. Haman want to kill all the daggone Jews. He ready to let him. He ready to go. Let him go. He ready to kill them all because this brother won't bow down to him. He won't compromise. He won't drop his sword. And now he's ready to kill everybody, all the Jews. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 7. In the first month, that is the month of Nisan, and the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast pure, that is the lot before Haman, from day to day and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is the month Adar.
Now this is on verse 7. It says it's the 7th month. He wanted to kill. Now he was casting. Now he's doing lots. When he's been doing lots, anybody know what casting lots is? Go ahead, brother. It's a Benjamite.
Like rolling dice.
It's rolling dice. He's making decisions. What am I gonna kill these jokers? What am I gonna do? He's making decisions, rolling dice, and okay, how am I gonna kill all these Jews? Took him 11 months to come up to a plan. Now, this is what I'm gonna do to kill these Jews. Keep reading.
Verse 8. And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all people. Neither keep they the king's laws. Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
I mean, there's a group of people that's been dispersed in this place who ain't paying no attention. It's a group of people over here who got their own diverse laws and they ain't listening to your laws. We need to do something with these people. Haman done went and told the king, they know what? We got to do something with these people who dispersed. These people ain't listening to you. They despise your laws. It's not going to do you no justice. You need to do something with these people. Let's see what he's going to propose. Keep going.
Verse 9. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed.
They may be what?
That they may be destroyed.
Keep going.
And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business, to bring it into the king's treasury.
Man, this is serious. And he went to the king and said, you know what? We need to destroy these people. We need to take all these Jews out of the 1700 Providence. We need to just kill all these Jews and get rid of them. And he's going to pay how much talent? 10,000 talents. According to today's time, you know what 10,000 talents is? Over $3 billion. This is a government move. This is like today. Look, you think that's a lot of money, but right now they spend millions of dollars aborting our children. Planned Parenthood, millions of dollars. Planned Parenthood is $1 billion industry. So it ain't nothing different. The thing's a lot of money, but back then they owned a lot of things. So they spitting that money out. They wanted to destroy our people. They want to take every Jew who consider himself an Israelite off the face of this earth. And they're going to pay big money to do it. For these treasuries. When they say them treasuries, you're talking about municipalities who could actually do this thing. They made funding to kill us, man. No different as today. They made funding to take out people. They put them in prison, the pipeline. They made funding for our people to go kill all of our children in the damn Planned Parenthood. They made funding for these things to get rid of us. That holds true to the day. Amalek wants to get rid of us to this day. They're over $3 billion to get rid of us. This was Haman's plan. That was his big plan to the king. And the king, king like, oh yeah, whatever. That's his right hand man. He gonna trust. All right, go ahead, do what you gotta do. He ain't thinking that this is, he got somebody who's Israelite, his wife. That's their people. He wasn't even thinking. He's like, whatever you're gonna think for the best for the country, go ahead and do it. He's trusting him. This was going on. Go ahead, read, brother.
Verse 10. And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it unto Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy.
It's called the Jews' enemy because they understand what happened. He wanted out. He had it out for the Jews. He took off his ring and gave it to Haman and said, make a decree. That ring was a signet, no different than what we had with King David. The Dawadah, the Magun Dawadah. Right. We all done it. All the prophets was doing this. So we did the same thing. We had the same thing. They get it from us. Damn near. You take off a ring, you give it to him. So every letter that goes out, you stamp it with the king's signature. Letter goes out, knowing that this is the decree, certified letter from the king. And that action that he says in that letter has to be taken out, has to be done. So he gave it to Haman. When he gave that ring to Haman, that's an authority. That's saying, oh, I can run it. police officers. To this day, that's a warrant. You come in there, hey, I got a warrant from the judge. Judge home sleep, whatever. The judge signed that thing like 2 weeks ago. He had no idea. But he gave the cops authority to come in and lock you brothers up. Bust your house down, bust your door down to get you, drag you out, and put you in prison. This is what it was like. That ring is what we have today. That's why the shield of David that we have on our sleeves and that we rock, that's our custom. That was King David's signature when he was king. So don't let nobody tell you that it's an evil thing. It's not. That Magun Dawada is your culture.
That's right.
That's King David's ring.
Right.
That's what Yahanna holds to this day, and we follow that. Just like they had a king and they had a ring, and he gave it to Hyman, they got us that ring. The Persians still probably had that ring to this day. Whatever the signature was on it, it's probably reigns true to this day. I don't know. I'm just hypothetically speaking, but we don't let it go. We have that the Magun Dawada that we have on our shield has lost its zeal. It meant nothing. But under the command of General Yahanna, we bringing that zeal back. We bringing it back, baby, because that's our king, man, and that's ours. That's something you call yours. So rock that daggone shield of David. You rock it hard. People gonna say, "Oh, you worship it?" Nah, man, we don't worship that. Do you worship the daggone Atlanta Police Department? Because they rock a shield. That's what they call it. So don't be afraid to rock that Magun Dawada. Don't be afraid to rock it. Rock that thing, man. That's your culture. It's your history. Man, brother.
You know, when they say that, you know, ask them, okay, if that's the case, the eagle is America's symbol. Is it evil?
That's right. That's right.
Swastika, is it evil?
That's
It was
right.
a Nazi symbol.
That's right.
What's wrong with the evil? Is it evil?
That's how we identify who we are, man. That's your identity marker. All right? Keep going.
Oh, God. Verse 11. And the king said unto Haman, the silver is given to thee, the people also to do with them as it seemeth good to thee. Verse 12. Then were the king's scribes called in the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language. And the name of King Ahasuerus was it written and sealed with the king's ring.
This ring went out about all the provinces. They saw that sitting of the king's ring. They knew it was business. They know this was real. It wasn't no play game. Before you see some letters, oh, you're gonna kill all, yeah, whatever. But when you see it come from the king, just imagine this. Just imagine if you had an order come down from the United States government with the seal of it, the seal of the United States government of the White House, saying we're killing all blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You know it's an official letter. It's time to panic. It's time to do something because it's real. And this is what's going on. They understand. They seen this thing. Now it's like, man, this is real. They're going to kill all of us. Keep reading.
Verse 13. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day.
Damn, they trying to do it in one day. This decree going out to kill everybody in one day. That's a massive. That's a massacre. That's genocide. Right. They tried to take every Israelite out, and they're trying to do it in one day. You know how much blood that is? They're trying to kill all of our women, our children, our babies, man. Our mothers, our daughters. They're trying to kill everybody in one deal. Keep going, brother.
Even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar, and to take the spoil of them for prey.
And then keep all of our stuff. Kill us, take our things, keep the spoil for prey. That was war. That's active war. Today we have an active war right now. Rent going up sky high, $1,700 a month. Eggs, $17 in the store. It's active right now. It's active war right now. We're in a recession, and it's only targeting us. It's targeting us. So it's what was going on back then goes on today. It's happening today. Every kingdom back then fell. America's gonna fall too. But you have to recognize the signs. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared for these things. Keep reading, brother.
Okay. Verse 14. The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, that they should be ready against that day.
You better make ready. Get your swords. Be ready to fight. Because it's coming. It's going to kill everybody one day. So get ready. Keep going.
15. The post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree was given in Shushan the palace. The king and Haman sat down to drink, but the city Shushan was perplexed.
Haman was like this. You went out. My enemies that I want to kill, the order's been given. Goddamn right. Now I'm going to sit back and drink and watch all the Jews die. He didn't give a damn about us. He just wanted us dead. He saw it was a problem, all because of what? Brother didn't want to bow down to him. He want to kill all of us because his brother didn't want to bow down. So he want to kill all the Jews for this. That's how I'm like it. What? Kanye West gonna say something bad? We're gonna stop all this stuff. We're gonna stop the writing on the walls. We're gonna shut him down. We're gonna pull his money out the bank. We're gonna do all this stuff. Now all the black people start hating them too. Because of one brother, because one man said something. Because the man Kyrie said something about what the oppressor has already put on the website. He gonna tell people recommend reading it. Now he gets in trouble, but the person don't get in trouble who had it up there for all these years. It's a problem. It's an issue. Because they're targeting against us. We're the target people. Keep going, brother.
Oh God, Esther 4:1. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and a bitter cry.
Ah! They're going to kill my people. He put on sackcloth, ash. This is how we mourned. He was mourning our deaths because you know we're going to die. Can't stand up against his army. Well, definitely without the Lord. So this is what he was doing. He go out there and cry with ashes on him and in sackcloth. Keep going.
Verse 2. And came even before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate cloth with sackcloth.
That was against the law too, to enter there with sackcloth. He was in there. Mordecai was that nigga, man. Mordecai gave him down. He knew what he was going to do. He did it. He wasn't adhering to what he was talking about. He letting them know they're going to kill my people. And I'm going into my custom right here in front of the gate. You know what you're going to do about it. That brother didn't compromise. There was no compromising. There was no punk in him. That man was a straight up warrior. That was a man. He read.
Verse 3. And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting, and weeping, and wailing, and many laid in sackcloth and ashes.
Man, get that in your mind. You got a letter coming out to kill all your family, all your people, man. And all our women is wailing, they're crying, they're wailing, and just they're in sackcloth, they're mourning, they're lamenting because they know they're about to get killed. You can't fathom it. Get that in your mind, how this stuff gonna happen, man. Your mother's crying, your daughter's crying. Ain't nothing you could do because they know you're gonna die. Because everyone knows about this decree. And everybody who's not a Jew, who's not Israelite, they look at you like, oh shit, they're getting away from you. They're getting away from you because they know they're coming after you. And they don't want to be mixed up with you. They want to look like you. So now everybody's just leaving you to die. They ain't helping you. Saying, so everybody's saying, oh, that's a nice Caucasian. But when it comes to hit the fan, they're going to kill you. That Caucasian going to leave you and join them to kill you. That's why the Lord said you'll join to the enemies. Everyone out here, if you're not Israelite, you're the enemy. If you're not black, Hispanic, Native enemy, these people are your enemy. Do business with them, but don't give your love to them. Because if you do, they're going to kill you just like this. And they ain't going to help you. If they ain't going to kill you because your best friend is white, okay, he may not kill you, but he ain't going to be around you. Your best friend is an Indian, Elamite, and it comes down to kill you. They're gonna walk away. They might not put their hands on you, but they're not gonna stop them from doing it. They're gonna walk away and don't be associated with you. This is what's going on right now at this particular time. Keep going, brother.
Okay. Verse 4. So Esther's maid and her chamberlain came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent remnant to clothe Mordecai and to take away his sackcloth from him. Esther
wasn't in the house. She didn't know what was going on. She's out there doing her queen thing, doing what he asked her to do. Somebody had to come and tell her what's going on, and that your uncle was out there, your father was out there in sackcloth. She knew what that meant, sackcloth. What's going on? So she told him, give him some clothes. Go give my father some clothes. So she sent some raiment. But she knowing, man, why is he in sackcloth? She don't know anything. She's up in the palace. She don't know what's going on. But everything's about to come to her. Keep reading.
Verse 5. Then called Esther to Hatak, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was.
Keep going.
Verse 6. So Hatak went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. Verse 7. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and of the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasury for the Jews to destroy them.
That's more proof that they had no idea what was going on. This man is next to the queen. He knows what's going on. Here, we're gonna find out what's happening. So he has to go and find out that they plan to kill all the Jews, and they're gonna pay over $3 billion to do it. They're like, what? So now he has to get this report back to the queen, because both of them know what the hell is going on. Keep reading.
Verse 8. Also he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them, to shew it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go and unto the king, to make supplication unto him, and to make request before him for her people.
All this is hitting the queen. The queen don't have no. She had no idea what's going on, but she's saying this man is coming back from Mordecai with a response saying, "Look, you're gonna kill the people. They're paying $3 billion to do it. Here's a letter from the letters the king's ring saying that he's authorized. Your husband is about to kill these people." Now Mordecai saying, "You gotta do something," and she's like, "Well, damn, I just became a queen. What am I supposed to do? I don't have no idea." She's just finding out what's going on. Not only is she finding out what's going on, now she has to do something. He's asking her to do something. This is a tough predicament to be in. Keep going.
Verse 9. And Hatak came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Verse 10. Again Esther spake unto Hatak, and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. Verse 11. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do now that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called to come unto the king these 30 days.
So he wants her to do something, but she's explaining to them that, dang, it's not my time to come unto the king, and I can't go into the king's court without being called. She's under the program. Remember, she's understanding this. I can't go into that without that scepter. So he's like, I don't know what to do. So you got this woman who loves her family, who loves her people, but yet she has to go and petition the king for her family. He's about to kill, but she ain't been called into the king, because if someone comes into that area without that scepter being, given to them, they're going to die. They're going to die. So now she's like, what do I need to do? Keep going.
Verse 13. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself.
Esther, don't think about yourself. At this point, Esther is thinking about herself. She's like, she's being selfish. She's like, man, I ain't trying to die with this. Hold on. I got to go out there. She's telling Mordecai, look, I ain't been called. I can't go into the king's court. He's not going to give me the scepter. So I don't know what to do. Mordecai said, don't think about yourself. Keep going.
That thou shalt escape in the king's house.
Don't think you're going to escape and live up in the king's house and live your fancy life and clothing while your people dying. Don't think that you're going to do all these things. Keep going.
More than all the Jews. Verse 14. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
Now he's saying right now, you know what? I know you ain't there. I know you can't come to the kingdom. But don't think that you're going to escape into the kingdom and live a glorious life and think they ain't going to come for you. And also, who knows? Maybe the Lord put you in this position for you to do something. The Lord is moving again. She didn't understand the big picture. She's just a humble woman. The Lord placed in the position to make sure things don't get done before they get killed. The Lord put her in that position for an opportune time. And Mordecai's reminding her this. You may be put in this position for such time as this. Keep going.
Verse 15. Then Esther bade him return Mordecai this answer.
Now she said, okay, well, tell Mordecai this. Let's see what this woman was telling Mordecai. Go ahead.
16. Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan.
Go get all the Jews. Gather them up in Shushan. Go ahead.
And fast ye for me. And neither eat nor drink 3 days.
Tell your neighbors to fast 3 days. Don't eat, don't drink, don't do nothing for 3 days. Go ahead.
Night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go and unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
This woman's, her maidens was not Jews. They were not Israelites. But because of the woman that she was, they fasted for 3 days and 3 nights. They didn't eat anything. These people were Persian. But Esther was that type of woman that she cared for people. It was like, damn, my people gonna kill your people. But I'm fasting for your sister. And then she said something profound. She didn't want to do it at first, but she understood this is bigger than her. Her uncle had to understand it was bigger than you. You got to get on this program because we're all going to die. And she understood it. And she had the courage to carry it out. She said, well, you know what? I'm going to do this. And she went for her plan. And she said, if I die, they got to die. Man, clap it up for that sister, man. Come on, man. Sisters can't, this is why the story is so courageous. Because Mordecai had to tell her will. He had to understand what was going on. And she accepted it. She said, you know what? I got it. And she understood the plan and said, you know what? I'm going to save my people. And she said, if I die, damn it, I die. How many more women that we got women today who won't die for anybody? He won't, take the eyelashes for nothing. They won't kick a meal for a man. They won't take a man anything. But this woman understood the plan and said, you know what? If I die, then I just have to die. But I got to save my people. She didn't compromise. But being that she was under a man who showed her provision, and all her life she obeyed and she understood things, she knew this was serious. And she did exactly what Mordecai told her. Understand? Keep reading. Oh, keep reading.
Verse 17. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him.
So Esther, we're going to stop right here. So Esther then went along and said, okay, now Esther took charge. She said, you know what, go tell them everything I said. We got to take care of this. She understood the importance of her family. She understood the importance of her people, her nationality. She understood that, and she's willing to die for it. Who else did that? Who else died for us like that? Yahanna. Yahanna went up and fasted. Now, I'm not saying she's Yahanna. I'm not trying to compare her to Yahanna, but the fact that she understands as a woman, understand that she got to save her people. And went to fast. She did what she knew. She knew how to do nothing else. She didn't try to bear arms. She didn't try to take up no weapons. She didn't say, okay, I'm going to go and do this and let's go ahead and ambush him. She did none of that. She did what she knew. And what she knew to do? Fast and pray.
Right.
That's what she knew. That's a lesson to this sister. When you don't know what to do, fast and pray. And seek the guidance of your male kind of an I.S.U.P.K brother, an officer above you. Seek that and ask him questions. Your rib is not an I.S.U.P.K. He's going off. Fast. Pray. Go talk to an officer. Sir, I got this problem going on. Help me with this. And the Lord will send help. Just don't think things on your own and just run with it. Don't run with it. Get counsel and figure it out and save your people because your family is your people. Save your family. That might compel that brother to come in. You don't know what the big picture may be. You don't know what the end game is going to be. Right now, she don't know what the end game is. I'm telling you, we got hindsight. We reading the story. Esther had no idea what's happening. For her to say, well, if I die, I die, that's huge. That's why she got to name a book after her. Esther. That's why she gets this. She rates that because she understands I'm going to die for men, women, and children. My life ain't nothing without my people. Right. And that's what we got to take out of this. You understand? Anybody got any questions, comments, anything? We're going to end it right there. We're going to prepare for tomorrow. Anybody got any questions? Statements, comments? Sisters? Y'all ready to die? Only one kind of a card. We give only one kind of a card. Well, if there's nothing further, we go ahead and pass the cast off to 15 Pascaya.
Okay, so. All right, so
Everybody get on the scroll. Under the scroll. I got the scroll.
Oh, right there. Okay, Slocky. My bad, Slocky. About that. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. Where the I.S.U.P.K started off 1 West 121st Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to another brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, which is in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Ashura, that means 10 in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department a teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. The next holy convocation is gonna be the last day of Purim, Monday sundown at the 15th day of the 12th month. This gonna be the last day. As it is, it's gonna be Monday, March 6th, sundown. Make sure give the Lord of the 54th annual Passover. It's gonna be held April 1st, Saturday, sundown. It's $200 per person for adult. 17 years age on to up. $200.
Gotcha.
Make sure you get your fees, and make sure you get your ride.
For so long, you've been silent.